closing is actually like just basically of one big part. I mean, there's some steps to it, but closing is objection handling. What you should know is that people, they object before they buy.
Yeah,
So before they purchase, they will have objections or at least buyer questions, which like, oh, how long does it take to deliver it? Oh, it's too much money.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this is the right fit for me. You know, I need to think about it. Oh, let me consult with my business partner.
Yes.
Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
You know, these are all objections.
Yes.
And what you should know is that if you handle objections correctly, then they are going to buy. Before every purchase, there's an objection. So objections are not bad. They're actually good when they object.
Okay.
So let's put it this way.
It costs too much money.
Okay, it costs too much money. How do you handle that?
Yes.
Let's go with that one. Number one, you agree.
Okay.
It costs too much money.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I agree.
I agree. It costs too much money.
Yes.
Good. Number two, you turn it around.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
It costs too much money. I agree, but
Yeah.
it's also a high quality.
Yes. It's.
Or you're paying for the quality, or the more you pay, the better service you get. You know, then now you turn it around into a reason to buy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? And now as a number three, okay? Like you turn it around, so step one, I agree. Number two, turn it around and you know, throw it back at him.
Yes.
Okay? Number three, we should repeat the closing question. And we will talk about what is the closing question. Okay, but you see, this way, he's basically trying to make a reason not to buy, and he's pushing against you, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're pushing to buy, and now he's pushing against it, like, no, I don't want to buy it. So now he's pushing against you, but you don't fight with it, because the stronger you fight, the stronger he will fight.
Yeah.
You know, if he says it costs too much money, and you say, no, it doesn't, and then he will be, yes, it does, you know, and then now he's getting stronger and stronger, you see? It doesn't help. To every action, there is an equal counter reaction, you know? So when he says it costs too much money, you say, yes, it does. You see, no disagreement, so it just disappears.
Yeah, it does, yes.
Okay?
Yes, it does.
And now, because he said it costs too much money, you say, yes, it does. But the more you pay, the better service you get. So now you turn it to yourself,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? Now you turn it around, and now it's your reason. Now it's not his reason not to buy, it's your reason for him to buy.
Yeah.
And now you push it back,
To him.
2 times stronger, you see?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Or he says, oh, I need to talk with George,
Yes.
my business partner, right?
Yes.
Sometimes they say this.
Yes. You know,
Okay,
talk
good.
with my wife.
Let me talk with my wife. Good. Well, the only problem with that is that when he talks with the wife, okay, he should sell it to the wife, you see, these steps.
Yeah.
But probably the person doesn't know how to sell,
Yeah.
so he will probably not be able to sell it to the wife.
The right way.
You see? Yeah, so that's the only problem, right? So what you could do in these ways, okay, because of course it's a considerable amount of investment, okay? What you could do is either get the wife in front of you and do the same things again, because now the husband is sold, he's only objecting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now if you need the wife, you could get the wife in front of you and do the same thing again. Remember this, that the wife's and the husband's motivation for buying can be two different things.
Yes.
The husband might want to go to Europe to work, the wife probably wants to go to Europe because of whatever, education for the children, you see?
Yeah.
But there's two different problems for the same solution,
Yes, yes.
you see? So that is why, remember this. The other thing is that what you could do, because the husband is objecting with the wife, you know, like,
Yes.
oh, I need to speak to my wife,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What you could do is that you can use up the wife to close the husband. And you could be like, Mr. Jones, I totally understand you want to consult your wife, but let me ask you this. Your wife, or you came to talk with me, right, without your wife. That means that your wife probably trusts your decision, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that means she wants you to make...
Wait. So, trusted him.
Yeah. You see, so you could be like, yeah, the reason probably why I'm only talking to you is because your wife trusts you to make the best decision.
Yes.
So Mr. Jones, make her happy and make yourself happy. Let's do this deal. What do you say? You know, you could be like that. You could totally use, and right now the wife is helping you to close him.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
because he's using the wife not to buy, and you're using the wife for him to buy. Yeah.
To buy, yes.
The other thing as well is that you know, maybe they will say that, oh no, my wife doesn't know about this investment, doesn't know that I'm looking for this or whatever.
Yes, I'm just getting inquiry.
I'm just getting an inquiry.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, you should establish. Well, again, you know, at the beginning you should already establish if he's the decision maker or not.
Or not, yes.
Yeah. So if at the beginning you made sure that he's the decision maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that he's probably not just getting an inquiry.
Yeah. So
Okay.
here, from contact, I should
Make sure that he's the decision maker.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's vital, because if he's not the decision maker,
I will waste time like most of the
yeah. If he's not the decision maker, he's just making an inquiry, then you just wasted everything.
Yes.
All your time, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most important thing.
Exactly.
If you are not the decision maker.
Exactly. So let's say he's the decision maker, but he still says, I'm just making an inquiry so I can propose to my partner or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know he's the decision maker, right? So fuck it. Then you can say like, all right, okay, I totally understand. You're interested in this. They don't know about this yet.
Yes.
They don't know about this deal yet.
Yes.
Well, in that case, why don't you just surprise them? It
Yes.
will be such a great surprise. Like
Yeah.
imagine yourself, and again you can go to the selling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like just imagine how happy they will be. You know, once you tell them like we just made like, this great investment that's gonna return us so much more opportunities, and we will triple our sales. Look, sir, okay, if you want to really triple your sales, I wouldn't wait with it, and I wouldn't wait for other people to tell yes or no. You could just offer it to them. Like say like, hey, I did this, I'm the decision maker anyways, we are going to make the company go good, you know? Make sure that you empower them a lot. You know, like, you seem like that type of business owner who doesn't make bad decisions. Why would this one be a bad decision? You know? Again, this is an objection handling.
Yeah.
You're handling their objections. So if you were very convincing and you handled all their objections, then you can ask for, actually you should also ask as a step 0 over here. Sorry, step 0, step 0 and step 3.
Yeah. Step 3.
Okay, is the closing question. Sorry. Yeah, you should probably start out with this. The closing question is a question where you ask for the person to make the deal, but you're not asking a yes and no question.
Okay. How?
Exactly. You see, because you ask like, hey, do you want it? You know, then they can say yes, which is good, but they can also say no, and you don't want them. You never want people to say no, because if they say no one time, they will never change their mind.
Yes.
Right? They will never change their mind.